Hey, it's me, Ari Dustin. You can call me Rashid. I'm an anthropologist and sociologist. I want to talk about commitment briefly. What is commitment? Commitment simply means that you made up your mind, I want this outcome. And I will make all the effort I can together with other people to achieve this outcome. That is what commitment is. Now, commitment is different from obsession. Because in obsession, there is this deep-rooted escapism inside of you that you don't want to admit to. And because of that, you become overwhelmed with this longing for something. That's obsession. Commitment is a state of mind. You've decided this outcome is what I identify with. So I see myself as part of this outcome. So if this outcome does not happen, it will be a loss unto me as a being. For example, you can commit yourself to a marriage, saying we have to stay together. I want us to stay together and be in harmony. And because you see yourself as part of this sexual union, anytime the sexual union is not working fluently, it does something to you. So in that case, the outcome, it means you and your sex partner being in a sexual union, being together long term, you identify with it. So because you identify with it, you don't even consider that sexual union as an option. You see it as a necessity. So in a commitment, you can also be committed to your job, for example. Let's say you're a manager or a CEO at a corporation, and you are dedicated, you're committed to improving the numbers, improving the sales. Because you see yourself as the CEO, and therefore it's your responsibility to guarantee higher sales. If the sales are not that high, it kind of does something to you because you're invested in an outcome having higher sales. So understand this. There is no commitment without personal involvement. Let me say it one more time. There is no commitment without personal involvement. And because it's personal involvement, you are now vulnerable. You cannot be committed unless you are vulnerable. You cannot be committed unless you are vulnerable. Okay? So, when you're committed to something, whether it's a marriage or it is your job, or whether you're an artist and you're committed to producing more art, or, for example, I'm a teacher, I'm a spiritual teacher, teaching you spiritual knowledge from an anthropological and sociological point of view, also historical knowledge. When you're committed to something, you become part of it. You are part of it. It's no longer some activity that happens over there that I just participate in. You are part of it. You're part of the outcome. And that's why commitment hurts when the outcome is frustrated. Because you're deeply invested in it mentally and emotionally. But that is what commitment is. Now, let's say you are a soldier and you're committed to serving your country. You may not always feel happy about the citizens of your country. You may even think, oh, this is really worth it, whatever. You may even have your doubts at times. But hey, you look at the situation and decided, I want to be ready to give my life for my country. So there are worthwhile people in this country. So even though I can't stand everyone in this country, it's not about me standing them or not. The country needs to be defended. If it's a marriage, you can decide, listen, the individual I married has changed over time. I've changed over time. It's not the same individual, she's not the same individual I married, or he's not the same individual I married. I've seen other sides of this individual that I haven't seen before. It's not always easy to have to give in, but listen. It's not just about us. We are also affecting the community with our sexual activity. And we don't want to add to the list of broken marriages. And you know what? Even though I grew up with this individual emotionally, We have children together. There's a common mission we have, and we can bond with this common mission. All the children are older, we may bond, we say for the grandchildren. Someone say, but Rashid, that's quite horrible. No. You don't have to be a marriage counselor to understand this. As human beings, we are community creatures. So that's why we are built by the Heavenly Father for the longing for community. Even antisocial people who still say, I can stand people, they still need recognition from time to time. Listen, as community creatures, we need a community that's functional. That means we have the obligation to contribute to a functioning community. And that means that there are times you have to put your own longings and desires aside and contribute to what's best for the community. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't exist, that you don't matter. Of course you matter. You are part of the community. You're part of the whole, the community. So the community parts, which is you are part of the community, so the community parts also matter. But it can't be that a community part means a single individual decides to discard the well-being of the whole community just so they can escape some difficulty or get some high somewhere. And in the Western world, a lot of people think that they have the right to discard the community just to chase some escape. Whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whether it's some holiday, or whether it's they just want to be left alone, they dive into some cult, whatever. In the Western world, a lot of people are used to being neglectful and narcissistic and still be built up saying, well, it's free will, it's my civil liberties, it's privacy, blah, blah, blah. In the Western world, we're used to bailing out narcissistic neglect. And we shouldn't be doing that. As a human being, you're part of the community. The community owes you absolutely. Since the time you were a little baby, till the day your body's in the grave, the community owes you, but you also owe the community back. It shouldn't be only you owing the community and community just treats you as a disposable option. That's not right. What's also not right is that you treat the community as a whole as non-existent unless they can give you what you want or they can benefit your escape. By the way, operating escape is not even beneficial at all, but you know what I mean. So, in commitment, you're completely vulnerable. You are interdependent on whether the outcome happens or not. So no commitment is for free. A commitment will always cost you something. Me, I'm committed to educate you. I'm committed to deliver knowledge so you can walk by faith powerfully and constructively. That's why I take the time to record these videos, to make these live streams, and I teach you how to operate in a Christ-centered way so that you out there, even if you would unsubscribe and watch my channel again, I want you, after visiting my channel, to be better off as a human being to glorify the Heavenly Father. I'm committed to that. Whether I want to make videos or not, or whether I'm tired or not, listen. When there's a topic that's relevant, or when there's a topic that's sensitive needs to be addressed, I will address it. Or when the Heavenly Father tells me, Rashid, make a video now. Or Rashid, start a live stream. Heavenly Father, don't you see I'm asleep now? It's 2 a.m. No. I'm committed. The believers need to be educated because there are many false teachers out there who've been devouring believers. There's a lot of, I would say, lots of confusion out there amongst believers too. So I'm committed to bring clarity. I'm committed to contribute clarity, prosperity, and motivation to believers. So I put other things aside to do this. And in return, the Heavenly Father honors my effort and He makes sure that all His promises to me are fulfilled. So God has His part that He's doing, and I as a believer, I do my part. And I expect you as a viewer to do your part too towards the Heavenly Father and towards your community. There's one thing Western people need to learn again, and that's commitment. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you to have a blind commitment. No blind commitment. If you're in a marriage and you're the one making effort, but your spouse is narcissistic and neglectful and they refuse to improve, you need to get out of there. Because you're wasting years of your life that you'll never get back. You're wasting sexual effort that you could have invested in someone else who would treat you better. Or if you have children with someone, now the children are traumatized because you have both parents who are messed up. Listen, if you're in a marriage and an individual refuses to make effort for the better, why are you still there? That means you have an issue you need to face. Or let's say you're committed to your local community. But guess what? Your local community allowed your parents to abuse you when you were a kid. The local community never intervened on your behalf when your parents went too far. Worse, when you were growing up in your teenage years and you acted out of dysfunction, instead of admitting you're dysfunctional because of how your parents mishandled you, here's therapy, we can help you out. They didn't stand with you. They attacked you. Even called the cops on you. Told you have to go see a psychiatrist. Tried to put you in a mental asylum. All of that. Just get rid of you. So that same community that neglected you, it was willing to put you away in a mental asylum or wish you would disappear just like that. They treat you as a disposable option. But the same community expects you to be committed to them. Hold on a minute, where's their commitment as a community, as a group towards you? Some people stay committed to people they should have walked away from a long time ago. So I'm not promoting blind commitment, absolutely not. It shouldn't just be you that's obligations. It shouldn't just be you that's making the effort. Effort should be made based on people's capacities. A woman makes different effort than a man because she's a woman, he's a man. They're built differently. An older individual has more life experience, so you expect different effort from them than someone who's quite younger. I'm saying someone who's lived longer, that's what I mean. So, effort should be there based on one's capacity, so there's harmony. And there must be an agreement that people are committed. Committed should never be one-sided. One-sided commitments amongst human beings turn into tyranny. Let me explain why. If people expect you to be committed, but they're not committed back towards you, not even in a remote way, what happens is that they are narcissistic, and they're narcissistic exploiting you, and you're not aware of it. So they end up tyrannizing you by triggering feelings of guilt inside of you, or make you feel guilty or ashamed when you feel guilty nor ashamed. And they always have an excuse to bail themselves out from being responsible towards you. So I don't support one-sided commitments, nor do I support blind commitments. Look, if you have been placed in someone's life by the Heavenly Father to look after them, but those people are not willing to comply with you, listen, you keep your distance, but you still pray, decree, and declare on the individual's behalf as God commands you to do. When God tells you, okay, now it's time to move on, you move on. But actually, inside one side, no, it's not one-sided. God put you in someone's life for their benefit. They are dishonorable. So you eventually hold back, but you still do your part. And then Father will honor your part and will guide you elsewhere soon. We in the Western world, we're used to, you know what, this is what I want. If I don't get it right now, or I don't get anything out of it, I'm gone. Or, oh, you failed me over there, so I have a right to throw you away. No. If people fail you, you make effort from your part to work it out with them. If they refuse to work it out with you, okay, then that's different. But you don't say, oh, you made a mistake over here, you messed up over here, F you, I'm out. That's just escapes, and just one excuse just to escape, so you don't have to face any self-reflection and face yourself. That's all it is. Look, we need to unlearn the power of saying no. The power of saying no is a deception. There is no such thing as no in reality. If it's raining outside, you can decide, hey, I'm not going to wear an umbrella. Hey, I made up my mind. You said no to wearing an umbrella. Or carrying an umbrella, I mean. Carrying an umbrella, that's what it is. You said no to carrying an umbrella and wearing a raincoat. So you don't want to wear a raincoat, no carrying an umbrella. Okay. You go outside. Your no against carrying a raincoat or wearing a raincoat and carrying an umbrella, I'm sorry to say, but it's still going to rain. You're still going to get wet. Imagine one tells you no umbrella, no raincoat. They made up their mind, but now it's raining and they're getting soaking wet. And now they're angry, exploding. And now they even get angry at other people who do have an umbrella with them. Saying you guys are selfish, you guys think, who do you guys think you are? Hold on a minute. Other people think nothing, but you're the one who insists on the no, right? You hold on to your no against an umbrella and a raincoat. Well, you have to deal with the effects of your no. No umbrella, no raincoat means no cover against the rain. Means you're getting soaking wet. You don't get soaking wet, then you have to do what's logical and practical, have an umbrella and a raincoat. Well, what does someone keep saying about no? I said no. No is a powerful word. So this individual is narcissistic. They want to feel powerful by declining something. Well, guess what? Their decline does not change the fact that it's still raining. They declined common sense towards themselves. To some extent, how a lot of people are. When things don't go their way or they expect, or things are not as smooth as they wanted it to be, or when they don't get what they were hoping to get, to them it's a no. I don't need this, I don't want it, I don't want to hear about it, leave me alone, and also you just want to ghost people, and people just have to take it. Well, that's what unstable people do. Committed people do it as follows. Okay, things are different than what I expected. I may not get things my way, and there are some challenges. You know what? As far as it's safe, and as far as doesn't dishonor Heavenly Father, I'll stay here to work it out with you guys. That's how honorable people do it. Honorable people don't hold in the head, maybe there's a better option out there. But you know what? Even if there's better, honorable people think, even if there's a better option out there, I'm here. I'm committed over here. Honorable people don't think, man, if only those children were never born, then I could just escape and do whatever I want to do. No, honorable people think, listen, I was a kid too. I was a child too. I was born too. So why do I wish that other human beings were never born just because I could have it easy? I mean, that comes close to murder. You just don't want to exist. You want to erase one's existence just so that it is much easier for you to escape. What the heck is that? People need to learn to be committed again. Again, I don't support one-sided and blind commitments. I'm not doing that. I want you to be practical in your commitments. Again, practicality goes before logic. Be practical in your commitments. And don't be committed to something or someone that God will not approve of. All right? If it doesn't glorify Christ, why are you committed to it or to that individual? So that's all I want to say about commitment. The video is much longer than I thought. Thank you for watching. Keep agreeing with Christ. And remember, your commitments matter. So be committed to Christ-centered outcomes. That's it for now. Keep agreeing with Christ and be at peace.